I travelled all the way from the southeast of England to St Andrews to be fitted for Callaway's new Apex irons at their National Performance Centre. The National Performance Centre is an absolute dream for all golfers, and I had the pleasure of being fit by Mike Lander on the day. Pros, CBs or MBs. If you want to find out how each model performs, then you'll want to watch this video. Let's hit some balls.
So today, Alex, we're going to look at the Apex Pro, the CB and the MB in the new 24 lineup, with the Pro being that hollow body construction, that extra bit of forgiveness and a nice sleek iron. The CB and the MB are the forged completely irons, which are going to be more player focused for those who really want to have something nice and sleek and don't quite have that hollow feel. But the Apex Pro comes into that lineup to give that extra forgiveness and a really nice sleek iron.
Cool. What are we going to start with?
We'll start with the Pro first. I always like to start with the Pro just because I want to see how the player responds to something of that style of iron, because I really like the forgiveness that it brings, and it's also a nice entry iron to start with. And then if we start to feel like we need something like maybe sleeker or kind of maybe to that player looking more suited to them, then we can move over to CB or MB.
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
Nice flight.
Yeah, that was lovely, that.
Yeah, I don't really think I could get much better than a first shot.
That was great.
Toey. Good feedback.
Still got ball speed out of that, though.
Yeah.
It's a positive about the Pro, just has that extra little level of forgiveness in it.
Right.
That's got that extra ball speed potential if you don't quite middle it.
Okay. Wasn't the best swing in the world.
But again, the ball speed's up.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about this.
Ball speed's high. Yeah, that was nice.
The nice thing about these irons in particular, because the starting loft is a little higher,
Yeah.
oftentimes it's nice to have that starting loft to be able to give to someone who does really compress it, who does really get that position where they're delivering a tour-like attack angle dynamic loft.
Yeah.
Having that starting loft can be game changing for some.
Okay, interesting. How much would you be comfortable, this is a silly question, bending the loft of clubs like this to make it right for a person's game? Is it too strong or too weak, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, total from what is given in fittings is 3 in a total direction. So we'll typically go 2 in any one way.
Okay.
And then if we need to change it in the other direction, so let's say you're going to do 2 in the loft, you've then got 1 in the lie to be able to move.
Okay.
Opposite is true, of course, as well. With these being a softer metal, though, if over time more was wanting to be done, or it wanted to be reverted back to a certain loft, then you could move it that slightly bit more. How much more? Again, you've got to take it to someone experienced.
Sure.
But it will move a little more than your kind of more cast or less movable clubs.
Okay. What is the data saying?
Awesome is probably the best way to describe it. That club speed is exceptional, but what the nice thing is about the Pro itself when you hit it was a couple of these that we can see flashing right now actually weren't as well hit as you would like, but they still got up to the distance that you were achieving with the well hit ones. Again, that speaks to the forgiveness of the Pro itself. If we look across these numbers, again, ball speed was really high up at that 134. Yes, you swing it fast, but we need a golf club or a club head that continues up with the ball speed and keeps up with that kind of speed.
Right.
The spin rate and the landing angle that we get from that means that a spin of 6.4 and the landing angle at 45 gives you that 10 yards that once that golf ball hits the ground, it's stopping on your green.
Sure.
Those numbers are awesome. The delivery that you give, of course, you swing the golf club very, very well, compress the golf ball well, path and face are awesome. But the nice thing about that is that the loft matches in to give you a stopping golf ball on the green.
Right, okay. I mean, my question here is, as a fitter, looking at that, what is the next step? I know we are testing out 3 models here, but would your next step be Pros, or would your next steps be, okay, let's try out the CBs and MBs? Is it just try all of them to see what works?
Yeah, I'd say so. And most of the time, this is an experiment. We don't want to go one and done. We want to make sure that we're kind of seeing all the different options. Again, it's also about what the look is to the player, what the feel is to the player.
Yeah.
Oftentimes we get some really good results, but custom fitting isn't just about the science. it's also about the feel, about the look, because when you're on the golf course, you want to look and feel confident, comfortable over that golf ball. Sure. So it's important that we try all the different options to make sure that we get the best fit. And that doesn't mean just performance, that's each of the categories that keep the golfer comfortable.
Right, that's a good point, because I guess if I'm giving my opinion to the pros, it would be good, but maybe not for a 7-iron, because it looks a little bit too large for me, because I'm now used and do quite like something a little bit smaller. So perhaps then looking at the CBs, for instance, and then we can go from there, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do the CBs. Oh, it's different. I don't know if that was me. It felt, I mean, so you say that the pros is hollow body, and these then changed.
Yeah.
That's it. I know something sometimes. Looked at, I was like, that feels decidedly different.
Yeah.
And that's because I was a little bit low on the face. I mean, 1.34 smash is all right. That's the best one so far.
Yeah, good it.
Yeah.
That was a very high ball speed, 1.377.
Yeah, that felt, that was middle. I couldn't have felt any better. Nice. I think that's for a lot of golfers to really feel the benefits of CBs and MBs, they've got to strike, do you say they've got to strike it out of the middle?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the difference for me in those two shots there, it's not massive, right? In terms of dispersion, but personally the difference in feel out of that, monumental. Like that, the second one, I could hit that shot, I'd snap your arm off, I'd hit that shot for the rest of my life. Pay so much money for that.
Yeah.
The first one, a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
But I guess, is CBs and MBs some like aims what people are trying to do, what manufacturers are trying to do is to make them, you get feedback, so you get slapped on the wrist if it's a bad shot, but you still get good results?
That's the best way. The one word you can go with the CB is feedback.
Right.
That's what you get. With the Pro, you still get feedback, but the plus of the Pro is more forgiveness.
Right. Okay.
With the CB, if you don't necessarily need it, then you go for that, but it gives you the feedback. It makes you more honest with what you've hit.
Okay, interesting.
Well, what we tend to find, I mean, we get a lot of really good players like yourself through here, and a lot of the time, even though necessarily sometimes they maybe could enjoy the forgiveness of the Pro, the CB is such a sleeker, kind of focuses you in iron. Right. A lot of people have that feedback from me of, I want to take that golf club because it makes me focus more.
Okay.
I have to focus more to hit the middle more. I have to focus more to get my strike together.
Okay.
So I'm more focused when I hit that golf club, whereas if I was to take something more forgiving, it's a nice iron, it's great technology, but I don't actually have to focus as hard.
Right.
Therefore, exactly.
God, yeah, I mean...
It's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're seeing the difference.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And to be fair, like with you're effectively giving yourself a couple of soft UTs in the Pro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after that, you take your irons.
Soft UTs is a good way of mentioning it, I think, for the pros, especially in those long irons. That's what, again, I will give a bit of a giveaway. I'm kind of thinking of like having one Pro in like a 4-iron.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not going for greens really. I don't have a 4-iron for a par 4 for my second shot. Like I'm not playing Augusta or silly courses. Yeah. I have like a 6 or a 7-iron max. So a 4-iron's really only for off the tee and maybe trying to get a par 5 and 2 or anything. So to have that as the term fairway finder would be quite a cool thing to do. Yeah.
Plus with the UT, sorry to interrupt, but with the UT, it's fantastic, but the goal of it is to try and keep it moving forwards. Yeah. Whereas the 4-iron of the Pro, actually, you'll get that stopping power. So again, I think that's quite a nice idea.
Sure. Okay.
Which is probably why the bunkered guy did.
Let's talk about the CBs. So how many shots did I hit there?
So we've got another 4, just to go into a little 4. We hit a couple more, of course, but we've just selected in on the shots that were hit similar to the Pro and just see what the performance differences were. Now, one of the feedback points from you, first of all, was that it was more of a feedback iron. You could tell more where the strikes were, which this is more of a club for that kind of person who focuses their strike location in, really gives them feedback on how they hit it. And again, like we said, with the Pro, it's got that extra forgiveness. In the CB, it's not lacking in forgiveness, it's just more honest with where you strike it.
Honest, I think, is a really good term there, right?
Totally.
I knew straight away.
Yeah.
I literally knew straight away. So these are more, so we're going to the MBs in a second. They're a lot more closely connected. Would you say the CBs and MBs to the Pros? The Pros is a bit more separate because hollow body, is that correct?
Exactly that.
Okay, so last but not least, the MBs, the muscle backs. I'm pretty excited for these, probably the most out of these three because I like quite a small club. Are they similar to the CBs in that they are honest?
I'd say that they're honest, but they've also got that forgiveness in them as well. Again, they're not going to go to the standard of the Pro being unforgiving, but they've really focused their tech in to make sure that the MB does have as much forgiveness as it can, whilst also retaining that sleek look and feel of a forged iron.
Okay, cool. It'll be interesting to see the difference between when we have all three up on the board there for the data to see what's what, because obviously there's a personal opinion, but there's also a data-driven opinion.
Yeah,
so let's
absolutely.
Find out. Oh my God.
Yes, please.
I just club 12 at a fitting.
Love it.
Far as well.
Yeah, love it.
I mean, I don't think MBs are supposed to be explosive. I mean, that was just middle again.
Yeah.
I don't think I literally could not have hit that ball any better.
That was
Club
pure.
off of 0. It's good when everything works out.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I mean, I'd be really interested to see the numbers on that. Yeah, so it wasn't bad.
No.
I hit it well, but the swing wasn't good. So that's when it was slightly high on the face.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that it was slightly high. I don't know if in real world how well that would have done, but it felt good, but I knew something was wrong. There's a better way I can describe
it just launched up and then spun down a little.
Yeah.
Ooh, lovely.
Just overturned it, but God, that felt good.
That was really hit.
Just the face to pass slightly wrong. A long way. I mean, smash is so impressive here for a blade.
Very good.
It's not a good one. Yeah. Just closing the face down slightly, but it's so...
Yeah, I mean, the wind's off the right as well there, so,
okay.
I mean, I've got it non-normalised just to keep it,
right,
making sure that the flights are looking good here, because it's missing the spin a couple of times, but that wasn't as far left as
was it not?
On a calm day, no.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Oh, God. I've done that so
That is a rope, by the way.
Yeah.
That is an absolute rope.
That could be the best of the lot. To hit that type of shot with an MB.
Yeah. Like you said, that is very impressive to be able to keep up with a smash factor at that speed.
I haven't really seen those numbers. I haven't seen those numbers consistently, ever. I've seen drop-offs. Could we say it's down to me? I've been hitting it well for sure, but to consistently have between 1.35 and 1.41 smash with an itty bitty iron.
Yeah.
We'll take it, right?
Exactly. And then you've got the confidence to know that when you stand up and hit it, you don't have to give it extra. Yep. It's there.
It's there. Do you think there's some sort of like subconscious thing whereby, because I'm looking down on it and I look like it better, I can hit it better because I've got that positive affirmation in my head before I hit it?
Couldn't have explained that any better. Yeah. And that oftentimes really does happen in fits, is once you feel very comfortable, confident and excited, it then leads into hitting the golf club well. Sure. Absolutely agree with that.
Okay, should we take a look at the numbers?
Yes, so again, trying to compare this to the starting iron to just know what it did. Obviously, we did get that extra bit of forgiveness with the Pro. We did get that extra. Sometimes ball speed, there was one that got that up a little bit higher, but compare the CB to the MB back to the Pro, you've actually, on average, kept each of the golf clubs up to the same level.
Right.
So for yourself, with the way that you've hit it, and also some of the strikes not been so good, they've actually kept up with the Pro.
Right.
Which I was interested to see how you would feel with that, how you would feel when it would off centre, what the ball would do to react. And actually, with the way that you've delivered it, but also mainly really a lot of the performance in the irons, have given you a consistent number where you're going to hit a number and the golf ball's going to land and it's going to stop.
Right. Okay. So in this instance for me, we said we've got like a data answer for us. Mm-hmm. Is a data answer I can kind of choose what I want for an extent for like the combo set because they're all keeping up with each other?
I'd say so. Yeah. I'd say once we feel like you're able to make use of the irons that you were thinking of in the combo, that's when we would go, yes, let's think about a combo set because it's going to give you that variety that maybe you would want. Again, a lot of people will look at their irons such as yourself and think, where are my scoring clubs? Where do I need to make sure I hit a distance?
Yeah.
And if I'm going to hit that distance, I need to be confident it's going to go that distance, and that's it.
Okay.
When I get higher up in the golf clubs, I want confidence that I'm going to hit the distance, but I also want confidence to know that if I don't quite catch it, it's going to make it. And then when I get even higher in the golf clubs, yes, I want to hit a distance, but again, I even need that higher confidence, let's say 4-5 iron, where it's again going to reach its target. And I don't feel like I need to try and give it extra because the club head there has its technology to make its target.
With the pros, you mentioned off camera that they're kind of like a soft UT because they are hollow body. I hit my 4-iron everywhere just because I feel like that's a club that I can get out 240, maybe 250 on a good day. That's something I'd want to utilise the pro for, but that's it. Because I wouldn't want it to creep into any other part of my bag. My current thought now, and this is where I think I'll need your help from as an expert fitter, is what do I do? Because I'm having the rest, I'm having CBs and I'm having MBs in the bag. My current thought process is I either want 5, 6, 7 in CBs, the rest MBs. But now I'm actually thinking maybe just 5, 6 in the CBs and the rest in the MBs, because when I was hitting the CBs, I was thinking, oh, maybe not. But because, as we mentioned earlier, looking down at this 7-iron, I think I prefer looking down at this 7-iron than I do prefer looking down at the CB 7-iron.
Yeah.
I'd hit 7, 8, 9 pitching wedge as the MB. What do you think?
Again, world's your oyster.
Okay.
For me, I feel like you have the ability to hit that golf club, and I feel then whatever you would choose to do, I don't feel too worried if you were going to go with that combination.
Okay.
And like you said, back onto the pro, I just feel like with that idea for you wanting to make sure that you have that bit of forgiveness, but you also get control. You have a golf club that's going to then stop where you need it. You're going to play a variety of golf courses, as we spoke about. So we don't just want it to do one thing. We want to make sure that you've got some stopping power with those longer golf clubs should you need it.
Okay, cool. So I think that's all I needed really for me to make the decision. As you said, world's my oyster here. I'm going to go 4-iron as the pro, 5, 6 as the CB, then 7 to pitching wedge as the MBs, because I think I want to class the 7 as a scoring club. I think it should be.
Yeah.
And it just it looks good.
Exactly, totally. It's just beautiful iron, and yeah, it's on you how well you hit it. You've given yourself that option, so very good to see.
Cool. One thing I do want to touch upon quickly. Can we just have a look at grips just for me? Because I haven't touched upon grips in my last 2 fittings that I've had this year. We didn't touch upon grips. I think that could be quite, although I've been hitting them straight with what is a normal grip, as I am somewhat unusual in terms of I'm tall and gangly, I could be something different to the bog standard person.
Absolutely.
So if we could just do a quick static fitting for that, if that's okay?
For sure. All I need you to do is just go grip it for me, and then just face that way. That's it. And then you're just going to hinge your hands up, take your right hand off. Cool. So standard looks close, but it looks like that longest finger is just somewhat digging into the pad of the hand there.
Slightly.
Yeah. So what I'd look to do is I'd look to just see if we need something a little bit larger. So we'll take a look at that just now.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Right, so we've got this mid-size here. I'm just going to place it in your hand. If you just take your normal grip, and then same thing again, just hinge up your hand. Perfect. So what we can see now is that's just nice, close. It's maybe just not quite touching, and I quite like resting. So I'd probably aim for like 2 layers on top of standard.
Really?
Just bulk it up a little, because mid-size is 4 layers on top of standard.
Right.
So we'd look to go halfway so that this isn't kind of hanging off. It's resting on, but it's not digging like the standard was.
Okay, I like that, because I've had mid-size before, and it's led to some problems.
Yeah.
So I would have almost pushed back slightly on mid-size and say, hang on, with my misses as well, it could lead to some problems. So 2 layers of tape, I like that a lot.
Well,
cheers, mate. Really appreciate it.